What's good, y'all? It's Extra Five tapping in with another YouTube video and shit, though. We finna react to this shit and shit.
Jam's version of Lola, but the Looney Tunes show has the best version of Lola. Also, look at my Twitter.
Hold on, fuck my ear. I'm gonna turn off my light. I almost had a are you getting carried or are you a snagger moment. No, y'all are never seeing my hairline on this YouTube channel. Simple.
The episode revolves around this country club. No, I'm not stating the name of it because it's super. The Looney Tunes show is a great example of proper storytelling that isn't too heavily reliant on continuity or over-the-top wacky humor like its predecessors and successors, and it's highlighted here very well. Considering that this number is tied to an actual person for it to be a real membership number, there are also so many ways this can go, and lots of them are pretty bad. Just be hilarious. He rushes back with his fake but technically okay membership number and gets beamed in the face with a golf ball. I'm just gonna write down that this was a success. Despite the more refined quality in character designs and unwillingness to go off model and keeping everything looking visually stunning, that never impeded the Looney Tunes show's skill at making slapstick work that he should be taken care of and coddled to his every whim and command. I think something like this is a match made in heaven, which also just led me to just enjoy the times when he isn't around Bugs in this country club, just pretending to be this rich and just stuck up person. I mean, is that this is a fairly different episode than what I've reviewed when it comes to the Looney Tunes show.
This is supposed to be about Lola. This whole part be about Daffy. I just realized that, John. For real.
It's actually not outlandish at all compared to when Bugs was a biker and completely changed his personality, or when Daffy went to the army. This episode specifically focuses on the dynamic between Bugs and Lola, and to a lesser extent Bugs and Daffy, both of which are my favorites, so I have a lot to say. Through our lens, we know that this is just how Lola is, but to Bugs, he probably sees someone a little bit more smart, who is just not that good at tennis. However, I think the fact that Bugs immediately forgets the fact that he got clocked in the back of the noggin, and decides to hand wave all of that for what he perceives to be a pretty bunny shows that he's thinking more with his carrot than his brain, and that's gonna come back to bite him in the tail. Bugs goes back to gloat to Daffy about his date, which we see the image of Daffy hunched over after a long game, wiping the sweat off his forehead. This is peak Daffy because he won a game in which and it was all due to a simple phone call. She rummages through her purse having multiple items including a rubber band ball which doubled up as another slapstick joke for a very unfortunate waiter. Speaking of, his reactions are golden when he sees Lola both want and not want the carrot soup. Bugs slowly starts to see the red flags haphazardly. That's gonna come back to bite him in the butt for this episode and others to come. Also, speaking of things that come back, I do want to note that Lola's father calls Bugs the son he never had, but let's get into the wedding that Pepe Le Pew makes his first appearance to plan, as he's a wedding planner for some reason. He tried breaking up with Lola one-on-one, that didn't work. He tries to break up with Lola in front of her parents. Bad idea, and it didn't work. He then has one more opportunity to break things off before they wed in front of her entire family. The best idea you have, but not the best time for you to have done something. In fact, I'd argue it's actually the worst time to do it, but even that doesn't work. It takes Lola to reject being with Bugs at the altar in front of their parents, in front of Lola's entire family, and how far she wants to take the relationship. I do think the fact that she proceeds to see Pepe is crazy, especially given how disconnected this is and how we really wouldn't see Pepe again for a major part of the episode, until season 2. This also shows how the relationship was incredibly on and off, which is something I didn't exactly realize going in.
So yeah, that was the end of this quick little upload, you know. I had to go to the gig today, so like I'm low-key tired, but I had to get an upload for y'all young boys and all that. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video for real.